I have no friends. These videos are being recommended to me recently. And as I search more about it, I'm seeing that it's becoming a great, I don't want to say a trend, but something that is becoming more common amongst people. And I just want to discuss my point of view on it and everything going with it. So. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, and yeah, as you see from the title, this one can probably be a serious, deep one, but I feel like it's something I can probably talk about due to some of my personal experience, but I don't have the. Like everyone's experience is different, everyone's viewpoint is different, so I'm not gonna say who's right and wrong, but a while ago, probably a few months ago, I've got in recommended this video of I'm 31 and have no friends. And in this video, he goes on to talk about how in his real life, he was noticing that he had no friends, and his online life, he wasn't treating them like friends. Like he just thought it was like, these were like my online community members and just people who are there. But it wasn't until he finally had a meetup with them that he realized that these are my true friends. And like, it doesn't matter about where they are and how you make your friends. It's the bond that comes with it. So I didn't think much of it and I left it alone. I searched into some more videos, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna leave it alone for a bit. It wasn't until recently, like a couple of weeks ago, that I got recommended another type of these videos again, and it started dawning on me because also I started thinking about my personal life as well, and I'm thinking about why are all these videos being made and whatnot. Like, is this just a trend for people to make videos about, like trying to, I guess, make people sympathize with them or whatever, or is this really something serious and people are finally finding a way to express it? Because that is one reason why I do my channel and the things I do, because not having a voice to certain people in real life, you need to find a way to express yourself some way, somehow. So people find that they just need to take up their camera or their phone and just start expressing how they feel in front of the world, and it makes them, get things off their mind, make them feel better, and that's why they get the comments of people who can express similar feelings and thoughts that they have. So I don't think this is a quote unquote trend, not in a bad way, like not like people are just, hey, let me just talk about my sad life thing, but it's more so like people are now finding, like, I guess, the courage to talk about this. And of course, I definitely implored people to do that. Like, don't hide things from yourself. Don't hide things from other people. Don't bottle things up. That was something I dealt with in my life, of like not being able to properly express myself and just being caged with my thoughts and my feelings. So I'm glad that people are doing this. But of course, like I said, everyone have their own ways and their own reason, their own point of views of why they believe they don't have no friends or whatnot. Some people can make the choice not to have friends. That's another thing. Like, they probably get to an age where they realize that having friends might not just be what they want. Probably they had some bad history in their life growing up, and they got to the point where they realized, like, this ain't worth it no more. People who deal with just social anxiety, just not knowing how to talk to people, not knowing how do you walk up to someone to start a conversation and become a friend with them and whatnot. Like, that's something I kind of deal with, but for the most part, when I'm out in public, I don't walk out with the intention of saying I should make a friend today. So it's vice versa, not vice versa, but like, it's, iffy on how I can approach people and become friends with them and whatnot. I don't really make it my goal to go out there and talk to people, but I also know that I am not the most outspoken person, I guess. So I don't think I can even, like, manage a conversation to start friendships like that. And others, people like they either or they move away from a different location, and they lose contact with the friends they had before, or they realize that the friends they had before wasn't really truly their friends once they got into a different situation. And now they find it harder to find new friends and realizing that they just have no friends now. So a lot of different ways and categories of why things like this happen to people and whatnot. I will get into my personal experience a little bit, so I'm not going to try to give a definitive reason of why people should do it or whatnot. I mean, not why people have no friends or whatnot. And yeah, I'm also going to be making mistakes. I'm kind of just doing this off my head because I feel like this is something that I just need to talk about from my chest and from my heart and whatnot. But there's also about, as I was comparing to the first video about why people feel they have no friends, it can be a mindset as well as the guy in the first video mentioned that he had his online community, but he didn't look at them as friends. He just thought of, like, some people who, and I know there's some Twitch streamers and YouTubers who do it too. Like, they just look at the community as like, you guys are just there while I do my job type thing. Like, they don't try to, like, you guys don't know my personal life. You guys don't really know me, so you guys aren't my friends. Some people look at it like that, and then there's some people who, like, all they have are online friends because they can't, either they lost their friends in real life or they just can't manage a long relationship with people in real life, and all they have is the people that they meet online and the bonds they make online. And like I said, it's all about perspectives and point of views on this. There's no right or wrong reason to feel the way you feel. But going with my personal experience, I'm kind of in that boat of not having friends, but also, like I said, kind of making the choice to not really make new friends like that. But I'm also realizing what it is that I just need to find more like-minded friends. So going with my personal experience, the first instance would be losing friends was when I moved. When I was like in my teen years, I moved from another state and I lost contact with most of my friends from where I originally was. And starting high school with a group of people who probably already known each other since elementary school and already had bonds, trying to insert myself into these friend groups. It took time. Like, I didn't really get a good group of friends until like my junior year of high school, maybe my sophomore. But it took time to finally started having a group of friends that I could start hanging out with. But then once high school was done, we kind of all just went our separate ways for the most part. More so, they went their separate ways from me. So I was back to square one again of not having no like friends in my circle around me. So I started having, I started like dabbling onto online, of course, talking to people online and meeting people. Not meeting people in real life, but like meeting people online through different chats and apps and whatnot, and building some bonds and some friendships that last to this day. Like, there's a close friend of mine that I have in my life that I've known for close to a decade now, and we only just been online friends for the most part. Like, this is someone that I can talk to about anything and be myself with, compared to people that I know in real life that I can't even like 100% act myself with because of just, I guess that's how it comes to society, how people act in real life and how they view their environment, and they feel like certain things are more important, and it's things that you probably don't agree with. And like I said, this also goes into the reason why I made the decision to like not really try to make new friends, because there's a lot of people who just aren't on the same thinking path as I am. And it's like, it gets kind of exhausting when you just see people just not on the same page with you, and you trying to like force a friendship with them just for the sake of saying you have friends. That's never worth it. I don't think you should ever have to force friendships as well. It's just to say you have them and realize that the friendship is just probably toxic and it's not good for you. It's not benefiting you in any way in your life. But yeah, like, it's all about how you look at it. It's like you can meet the closest person to you that's far away from you, or and vice versa. Like, you could meet someone, who knows, you could meet someone in the store just randomly and y'all just end up becoming long life friends. You don't know how life works for you. I feel like certain people are in your life for a reason, for you to learn things from and understand why these people don't belong in your life or why they do belong in your life. And I don't think you should get too hung up on trying to constantly have someone around. There's people who also value like their own personal space as well. And I think that's something that, I guess I don't know what's to call this community of people who feel like they had no friends. I feel like that's something we all need to focus on. Being able to be comfortable with being with yourself. That's something that took a while for me to do. Especially now that I'm living on my own, I kind of have like no choice but to do it. But luckily, I was able to get comfortable with myself but prior to this. So now that I'm in a position where it's kind of forced on me, I'm more comfortable with myself now. I know some people who haven't had the time to sit there with themselves, and then they move out onto their own and live on their own. They realize that they're by themselves, and it might, make them break down or whatnot. I think self-care and self-love is one of the most important things in this world. You need to like have a strong relationship with yourself before you have any relationship with other people, because you need to understand yourself. You need to understand what it is you really want in a friendship, understand what it is you want in relationships. You shouldn't just go out to seek things just for the sake of saying you have these things. And people will gravitate towards you because they will understand what you are and who you are, because you aren't forcing yourself to be something else you shouldn't have to be. Don't try to be an idea, just be what you were meant to be. So it's important to definitely find time with yourself and find a space with yourself to truly understand who you are. And when you are comfortable and confident enough that you saying that now you want to branch out and start meeting other people who are similar to you and like-minded to you, it can be more easier because now you know what you're looking for. You probably know where to look. Like, some people just go to the most random places to find a friend, and it's like they aren't there. And that can also lead into relationships. Like, some people, like, you don't go to certain places to find your matchmake, because it's like the environment might tell a lot about the person. If it's an environment that you're not really fond of, is like, it kind of ruins what the bond is between you guys, because like maybe that person is fond of this certain thing and you weren't, but y'all found each other here, and now it's like y'all have to coexist with one person not really liking the other thing, but just for the sake of the friendship or the relationship, you trying to like pretend you like it just so you don't lose it. I guess not being afraid of losing as well. Don't be afraid to lose your friends. Don't be afraid to lose relationships. There's a lot of people in this world, and the blessing and curse of online and social media. It's easy to find people. Of course, some people look at it as you're just stuck on the online world and the social media, that you don't look at the real world. As long as you know how to make a balance, as I said, knowing how to truly like be comfortable with yourself and understand what you want and understand what's important in life, finding friends online is 100% perfectly fine. Like I said, most of my close friends are online friends or people that I talk to online because well, it could be people that I know from real life, but because I moved further away and we moved further away, that we can't see each other as often. So obviously we had to talk through online places, playing video games together, whatever. But then there's people that I know all around the world. Like I have friends in different places around the world, and I am just as cool with them as I would be with somebody that I know in real life, because I know who I am and I know what I want in the friendship, and I know how our bond works. So I know like how to work our strengths and weakness with each other. So it won't be like we're just friends just for the sake of it. Like we know what we each bring to the friendship and why this friendship truly works. And yeah, so I think that's about it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with not having friends, as long as you understand why it is what it is. Like if you're comfortable with the decision, if you're comfortable with the circumstances in your life, and it could be if you're not comfortable with it, what are you planning to do to change it? Like you are dealing with struggling with talking to people in real life. I can't personally give an advice on that, but like what are some steps are you willing to take if making friends is that important to you, or you feel like it's something that you need to do? Like what are you willing to do to make that step, to remove that barrier from you, to take that leap forward to make friends? I mean, just for some people, like just doing things like this, like just having the confidence and the courage to just hop online, and if they want to become a Twitch streamer or just become a podcaster or become a YouTuber or something, like the confidence to put yourself out there in hopes that someone can gravitate to you and understand your message and understand your personality, that takes a lot in itself. So don't ever feel like just because you don't have friends right now that there's not someone for you. You just gotta understand what it is you truly want in the friendship and the relationship, and understand how you should find them and the places you should be. Put yourself in a comfortable environment, in a comfortable position with yourself and the friends you are around with, so that it become a comfortable relationship. And yeah, that's all I can say about this topic for the most part. But yeah, just again, like I said, I'm definitely more proud of the fact that people are comfortable with putting themselves out there and seeing, I guess, the after effects of people who do put these videos up, and the comments and the love and the feedback they get from these videos is a great thing to let you know, like, there are people in this world who understand you and get you and understand where you're coming from, and you're not alone. You should never feel alone. So yeah, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm trying to upload more and do more things. As always, I do have my podcast. I upload bi-weekly. I talk about things that's close to this topic as well. I try to talk about mental health stuff and just things in life, as well as like my hobbies and whatever. So if things like this intrigue you, I do have a podcast called the Relaxing Thoughts Podcast. And yeah, until next time, hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and peace.